Well, good morning, beautiful Sonder fam members. So great to have you with us this Monday morning, May 8th already. Welcome, I'm Jennifer Krippner, and I am so happy to be back. It's been a little while since I've been with you, but I am here and we are ready to get this Monday going. So great to have you with our Sonder Social weekly setup. I am looking in the chat and I am loving what everyone is looking forward to today. Lots of family coming home either from college, finishing up finals and coming home to their families. People looking forward to seeing families this coming weekend, either for their mothers or as mothers yourselves. I also am seeing lots of people looking forward to springtime weather, which is a great thing. Hopefully some warm weather for people. I'm up north in Minnesota today, and actually I'm looking at just a couple small snow piles yet, to believe it or not. We have just a couple small little snow piles yet. So hopefully we can get that taken care of by the end of this week. Hopefully everybody has their beautiful May journal with you today. And I love the theme of delight this month. So many delightful things to look forward to. And please keep sharing in the chat. As you share in the chat today, make sure that you set your chat to everyone so we can all see where you're dialing in from, what you're looking forward to, as we share different tips and tricks today for setting up our weekly planner pages. We'd like you to make sure you share to everyone, not just host and panelists. And I'd love to welcome Karen from California to the screen. She is in the chat. She is helping me out today. If you have any questions, there she is. Beautiful Karen today. She will be in the chat if you have questions or need any help or run into any technical difficulties. Karen will be there to help sort things out for you. Also, when we are done with our weekly setup, you can also share in our Sonder Club any of the pictures that you can share of what you set up so we can see how beautifully you've done that today. Also, Silk and Sonder has a great Instagram and TikTok channels, so you can also continue to share or look for inspiration on those two pages. All right, as we continue to get set up again, our theme this month is delight. Anything that we can delight in ourselves, delight with each other, delight out in this world. Delight is just such a wonderful way to experience joy, experience happiness, experience things that just bring us light and love. And so with that, I just want to remind we are a community of supporting one another, and we want to be kind and courteous not only to ourselves but to others. Again, this is just a really great community that we want to promote just healing and well-being, and really elevate our own emotional health through this power of community. So as we do that, just remember to be respectful and keep conversation to what our task is at hand, and that is completing our weekly setup with one another. So our agenda for this morning is our mind map. So because we start the week off with setting our week up, we like to really think about a delight mind map. And so there's 5 weeks in May. So we have 5 different themes, and we will go through that shortly. We will also, before we begin our week, really think about reflecting on the last week, and that is our rosebud and thorn. And then we'll continue our weekly setup, and then we will close at the end of the time together. So also, if we have anybody new here today, if this is your first weekly setup with us, let us know in the chat. And Karen and the rest of the community are here to welcome you and help you through this process. All right. So you may be thinking, what is a mind map? If this is your first time here, it's just a way to explore delight through each of our 5 senses. So our 5 senses are what we're going to to explore delight through. And so last week was our first week. And so this is what a mind map looks like. We put delight in the center, and then we have our 5 weeks around. The 5 senses, as we all know, the first week we uncovered smell. This week, we're going to really focus on touch. So the sense of touch, and how does that relate to delight? And so I'm seeing some first timers here. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to show you some examples of some of our Sonder fam members and what does their mind map look like. And I will show you what my mind map looks like. So before I give you some time to work on your own mind map, let's look at some examples. So here on the left, this was somebody's mind map. They decided to draw a flower with 5 petals because there's 5 weeks in May. And so exploring delight with the sense of smell, and their smell was lavender and chocolate and apple cider and vanilla, baking bread, banana, muffins. So all of those things with smell brought them delight. So I imagine this week they're going to fill the next petal with touch. So my mind map is the one with the purple marker here. Last week I was in Florida for work, and so my smell was the ocean, the pool and chlorine, being outdoors, the towel fabric softener, suntan lotion, maybe a non-alcoholic pina colada, the smell of that. So those were all things that brought me delight. This week is a little bit different. So touch for me was a soft hand, a blanket, some lotion, the smell of a sticky Band-Aid, water, hug, tubes and wires. My husband had a health issue, so we were in the hospital. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking of when I think of touch. It was his hand, a blanket, things like that. Let's look at a couple more mind maps. Up on the top left, they created 5 columns. The smell, flowers, gain, clean laundry, lemons, lavender, rain, farms. On the right, touch, clean sheets, lotion, a foot rub, shave oil, exfoliated skin, cat fur, and a good weighted pen. I love that. So many things bringing them delight. And over here, you can see that they created fun little, it looks like maybe a stamp of the different 5 senses. And so if I look at touch, freshly washed sheets, that brought them delight. And then smell, the smell inside the church during Mass, a candle that's just been blown out. So that is really cool to see those mind maps. And then finally, this one did the whole 5 weeks. This person did. And so for touch, warm sand, soft blankets, holding my kids' hands, books, the warm sunshine on my face, laying down in bed after a long day, swinging in a hammock, water, bubbly baths, hot tubs, hugs, comfy clothes, no bras. So I love that. So let's get out a blank page. It can be a blank note page in your journal. It can be just a regular notebook. It can be just a blank piece of paper, maybe from your copier or something. And let's create your mind map. And I'll go back through these examples for you, but I'm going to play you a song. I'm going to go off camera. And let's work on creating what your touch, your sense of touch, and what brings you delight this week. And I will be back here shortly. All right, welcome back. I'm loving all of these ideas for the sense of touch. Heidi says my dog's tongue on my skin. That is sometimes the best ever. Book pages, car parts, warm pavement on my feet, cold cans, jumping into the pool on hot days, a loved one's hug, touching your horse, particularly the feel of the reins in your hands. That's got to be feeling so freeing. Soft blankets, the breeze across your face. I think that's fabulous. These are so great. And next week we'll reveal the next sense, and we'll keep building on this mind map. So hopefully you'll come back to us next week. All right, let's move on to Rosebud Thorn. Let's turn to page 30 in your journal. It's at the very end of what we completed for our weekly setup pages yesterday, Sunday. It's at the very bottom of page 30. And so we like to reflect on and kind of close out last week with a weekly reflection of Rosebud and Thorn. A rose is a highlight, something that went well, something that you want to celebrate, or something that you really want to highlight and remember that something good that happened. A bud is an emerging opportunity or something that you think could maybe turn into a rose. And then a thorn was a challenge last week, something maybe that didn't go well or something that you struggled with. And so it's really, it's really good to reflect on things before we move forward. And so I would really like to reflect on my last week. So if some of you remember last summer, my husband had a heart attack, and luckily we were able to get him on the road to recovery. Well, it happened again last week. And so we're really grateful. My rose is that we had an intervention on Thursday in time. And the bud is that he's on to the road to recovery again. And the thorn is that this happened within 9 months. And so we're just really kind of wrestling with why and the struggle with that, even though we were doing everything that was supposed to be done. Looks like hereditary genes are something that we don't have control over. So I'm going to focus on my rose of last week, and that we were in the right place in the right time and had great care, and we are on the road to recovery. And right, we know more, we do more, and we're really thankful and grateful he's okay. And so that is my weekly reflection. And today is a new week, and we are healing and home and resting, and things will be great. So that is a little heavy, and I'm sorry for that, but that is our weekly reflection. And I would like you all to think and share about your last week. And let's take a few moments to listen to a song and write down your weekly reflections so we can move forward and be grateful. And then share in the chat when you're done what your rosebud and thorn is. You can just choose one, or you can share all three. And I'll be back here shortly. Thank you, everyone, for your care and concern. I really appreciate that. And my heart goes out to the rest of you who have experienced similar things or are going to go through similar things. I also want to just shout out a few things. Catherine, my husband got me to Just Dance for my birthday. That was great. Also, Ellen, sorry about your aunt, but getting to see your cousins who you hardly ever see at a memorial service in the near future is going to be therapeutic and fun, and being able to remember your aunt in many ways will be a good thing as well. I think I love the discussion about cats and how pets are so important in our lives as well. I think somebody said about a coworker giving you advice and being a mentor in the future. Somebody got a massage. I love that too. Having a community is so important. That was a rose for somebody. Being productive with work, Julia said, and personal tasks. So many great things happening and on the cusp of happening. So I think that's great. So let's move on to the next section. And we're going to do things just a little bit different here. We're going to turn to page 34. So let's start on 34. I'll give everybody a second to turn a couple pages. And let's shift to setting up our weekly pages. And I'd like us to think about the mind map activity that we did and the theme for the month, and really think about our theme of delight, things that delight us, but also maybe the sense of touch that we just went through, those things that we talked about, how they can bring us delight. How might we fit them in our weekly schedule? Could we use the one thing box? Could we maybe create a box, maybe at the very bottom of the page? Could we take the weather out if you don't use that and write something about maybe it's finding a blanket, or maybe it's petting your animal, or maybe it's going out and finding the sand in your toes. Or maybe you want to combine smell and touch this week. And how do we find those things that delighted us in our mind map, and creating a place in our weekly spread on pages 34, 35, and 36. Maybe it's, somebody said, a warm cup of tea, finding a space to go to a fun little cafe and getting a special warm cup of tea and feeling that in your hands. There's a couple examples of maybe you just want to use your scratch pad to figure out where you can find that delight and what activity that you can incorporate smell or touch into. So I'm going to give you a song here before we move into the next section of how you want to maybe divide out or create a special section in your weekly planner to create a special area to highlight delight, highlight smell or touch into your weekly planner pages. And then we'll be back here shortly. Such a supportive community, and I'm just loving how you're all holding space for one another. And so thank you for that. And let's continue to move towards um, going back to 32 and looking at setting up how we want to feel this week and how we want to set up our goals for the week. And so let's look at some examples. We're going to take this in two parts, this page. I like to break it down a little bit. So let's focus first on how I want to feel and then our goals, and then we'll switch over to do's and habit and activities. So we're going to do this in two different ways. So on page 32, here's a full example of the full page. And I like on this person how they want to feel. They broke it down by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every week they have a different word. And then for their goals, they use I think it's the Eisenhower matrix, urgent, non-urgent, not important, and important. And they did a quadrant there. So we'll talk a little bit about some more ideas here. Let's look at really here up on the left-hand side are just a bunch of different feeling words that you can choose from. But how do we want to feel this week? And how can we connect how we want to feel with our goals for the week? So can our goals support our feelings? And then can we tie in the theme of delight in any way? And do our feelings and goals tap into our senses of touch, or maybe even in our sense of smell from week one? So I love the sticker in the middle here, good vibes, pair of sunglasses. That's pretty fun. Up in the top, somebody wants to feel celebrated. It's their birthday week, so celebrate their birthday with family and friends. And then the yard, they have to make appointments. And on the bottom right, I want to feel proud and special. I am beautiful. Their goals, they want to relax and rest and read, keep things tidy, and free up something. I can't quite read that one. The middle one, it says this week I want to feel energized and excited. The cape of possibility and joy. They want to be a superhero. I love that one too. The other one, I want to feel positive. So their goals support this by I believe I can, move my body every day, stay in the zones on Noom, and take time to journal. The other one here, their goals are 3 things a day, water plants, and stay focused. So those are some great examples of how they want to feel, and then some goals that can really support their feelings. A couple more examples here. I love on the top left-hand side how they outline the boxes and use some great lettering. They want to feel strong. So for work, they want to get it done. They want me time and fun time. On the bottom left, I want to feel control. And then they did a little bingo board with different things of feeling control. On the right-hand side, I want to feel loving, happy, kind, renewed, at peace. And then they have some personal goals. They want to create and different ways they want to create, and then faith and how they want to support their faith, and then kindness and doing morning affirmations in the mirror supporting you. So those are great examples there. And then if you want to repurpose it all, there's some great ideas of repurposing. You could just choose favorite quotes, different podcast movies you want to watch, songs of the week, exploring more topics you want to know more about. You can create a bingo board, which we saw. And then here's just some more examples on the top. They did like a little word puzzle. So peace, proud, pleased, calm. And then they did body move, body, mind, and soul, and different things they want to do there. And then some stickers on the right-hand side. So accomplished, mind, body, spirit, and then different ways that they can do that. So pretty fun ways to do that. So let's share in the chat how you want to feel. And then I'll give you some time by playing a song so you can write down your goals that perhaps support how you want to feel. And then maybe explore this week how you can encourage and think about using delight and the sense of touch or smell in any of these areas. So I'll be back here in just a few minutes. So sorry about the technical difficulties with the music. Wow. Glad I was able to get it back. Love seeing how you want to feel this week. And so I want to feel in charge of my emotions. I want to be happy with whom I am. I want to feel prepared. I want to feel good vibes, positive, balanced, safe again. Um, Laura Lee, I'm hoping to meet with a doctor so we can get your husband's active lifestyle back. I hear you. Incorporate the sense of touch and be more caring this week by reaching out and giving people hugs. That's great. Accomplishments. I want to feel deeply, but I want to control my reactions to my feelings. That takes a lot of practice, I know. I want to feel important. Some goals: drink more water and record. 3 goals is begin a new pre-bedtime routine and focus on your spiritual self. Julie, I'm traveling for work retreat and it will be your first time meeting many of your colleagues in person. So I want to feel connected and energized. I love that. Good luck with that. That's great. I want to feel renewed and light. Just got back from vacation that you really needed after hardest 6 months in your life, and you want to extend that carefree feeling and lightness from your vacation. That's awesome. Been trying to learn to see what I can and cannot control. Reacting to feeling versus reacting to facts will tie into your controllables. I can control my reactions to feelings and to others. So I love that. So thank you for really diving deep into feelings and goals. Let's move to the left side of our to-dos and our habits and activities. There's some fun ways that we can really look at this side. Your to-dos can just be a bulleted list of the items that you have to do this week, like a checklist. We could really create, you can see here in the top middle, what you hope to do this week, what you need to do, what you want to do or wish to do. You could create it into a to-do list, like what your accomplishments are. So as you check things off, it could be an accomplishment or a to-do list. In the middle here, you could do something like work, play, clean. If you're going on a vacation, a packing list, or you could do work, home, self, and family, or a to-be list. Like, how do you want to show up? What do you want to be? I want to be attentive. I want to listen better. I want to be present. So more of those types of things. You could do a morning and an evening list or a to-don't list. I love the to-don't list. Like, I don't want to be scrolling on my phone in the evening when I'm with my spouse, or I don't want to order out 3 times this week, things like that. Here's another example of different using stickers. Sorry, my mouse got funny there. There's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So hydrate 5 times a week, move 4 times a week, go outdoors 3 times a week, purge 2 times a week, and get rid of a donation trip 1 time a week. So I love that idea as well. And then here's a couple more. So just, your bullet list of things you need to do on the top left side. And then for the habit activity, different things that you want to commit to, but you don't have to necessarily put a goal. So they covered the goal area up. You just do when you need to get it done. And here's the need, want, and hope list, and the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again. And this person in the middle, the don't forget, is really more of an affirmation. I am remarkable. Rest is healthy. You are cherished. So tears don't equal weakness. You are beautiful. Daydream. You are loved. And again, they don't have a goal for no caffeine after 2, skincare routine AM, PM. And over here on the right, here's your morning and evening routine. And they have different goals for their 7 hours of sleep, lemon salt water, and so on. And a couple more examples here. Here's a bingo. Here's your to-don't list. In the middle and the bottom, here's your hoogie, ease and flow. So sunlight, tea, yoga, ready, I think it says before 8 a.m. and a pet. item, and then self, home, and others. And I think I have one more. If you know what kind of week it's going to be, you can just give yourself grace. You don't have to fill it out. You don't have to fill out every line either. I usually just do three items, 3 or 4 items. And up in the top right, just say no. There are some of the to don't things or some of the items that you want to just maybe get rid of. So lots of things here. I'm going to give you another song. Hopefully my music works. If not, just keep working away and I will be back here shortly. All right, we'll see you back in a few minutes. All right. Thanks, Heidi, for saying that in your weekly to-do space, you made a ta-da bingo board for home decluttering and deep cleaning. I love that. For your habits, you're listing a house task, a work task, and a self-care task. I love that. Spring cleaning is the best, and I always think it's easier to do other people's houses. I love going to my daughter's and helping her figure that out, but now is the time, I think. Thanks for sharing that. And then, oh, sorry, Sonia. Bummer for that. Sorry you have to leave. Deborah, using the journal is on your 5-day goals. I love that. So keeping that as a habit. Thank you for sharing. We've got some really great ideas for your meal plans. So if you are able to turn over to the next page, and look at your meal plan. Shannon says, all 7 days this week, I want to find delight and touch. Thanks for incorporating that. That's awesome. And just recognizing that and writing that down. That's great. So many ideas for your meal plan. And different ways that Sonder fam members have been using this. I think it's just the best. I have a whole bunch listed on the right-hand side. I'll just share how I use mine. So I like to actually track my food, and I track my food of what I consume. And then I go back to my mood tracker, because my mood tracker is actually my symptom tracker. I get migraines every so often. And so I'll track if I have any symptoms, and then I look at my food. Did I have any triggers with food? So I go back and forth between page 10 and my food tracker to see if there's any triggers or anything like that. So that's how I use mine, but you can see on the right-hand side, affirmations, schoolwork, outfits, appointments, decluttering, meal prep, Sonder Social schedule, garden or planting schedules as well, things like that. So let's go through these and see how people use them. So here's affirmations on the left side. You could get the affirmations from the Sonder Club. Those are daily affirmations. You could write those down here. 7 types of rest as well. Sorry, Rachel, you have to go. I hope you feel better. Shannon, looks like you used your meal plan to track daily quotes. I love that. 7 types of rest: physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, sensory, social, and creative. So different ways that you can experience 7 types of rest during the week. Couple more journal prompts. You could write your own journal prompts or find journal prompts from somewhere else. They write them on a sticky note, and when they turn over the sticky note, they actually write the answer on the page there. A self-care plan, or different favorite items, favorite moments, quotes, favorite thoughts, favorite highlights, favorite songs, favorite accomplishments of the week. A couple more here again are affirmations, decluttering plan for the week, schedule for the week. Let's say you're going to have a busy week, maybe an outfit planner so you don't have to think about what you're going to wear if you're going somewhere, or if you have a busy work week and you have to go in the office. Glucose tracker, health tracker. If you're tracking what you're eating, maybe you want to also track how you feel when you're eating. Are you bored? Are you sick? Are you stressed? So maybe the feels and meals is something you want to track. How about schoolwork? Maybe this is finals week and this is a week you really want to track what items you have due. And then we love the acronym GLAD. What am I grateful for? What did I learn this week? What did I achieve this week? And what have I delighted in this week? So that is fabulous as well. So that's the GLAD acronym. I'm going to give you just a moment to really work on this, and I'll give you just a brief song, and I'll go back and forth between these examples, and then we will finish up with some examples on Mind, Body, Health, shopping list, and I am loving. Maybe I'll do that now, and then I'll give you a song, and then you can finish this whole page up. How does that sound? So Mind Body Health Plan shopping list, and I am loving. Some really great ideas have come out on this lately. So on the left-hand side, they put some lines in here with able to put some check marks. So exfoliate, hair oil and mask. So it looks like some really body health plan here. Some great stickers and washi tape for shopping list, positivity. Here is that 7 forms of rest again, and different ways that they can experience that. On the top right, what mood are they in? If they're anxious, guilty, excited, cranky, what do they need to do on the right side? And then this dibs and dabs. I'm loving that, right? So what are the just odds and ends types of things that they need to accomplish, and did it in a bingo format. And I'm loving happy plans. And then here, wardrobe, tracking the Wordle, different things, home and cabin. I'm loving travel week. Up in the right, I feel behind, I need to confirm. I feel belief, I need rewards, different things like that. Shopping list is for quotes. Again, a ta-da, bingo in the shopping list. Here's a list of things to repurpose. And then a couple more sticker examples on the left. Here, Mind Body Health is turned into a Sonder Social schedule. Shopping list is turned into a sports list of items. And on the right, Shine Bright. That's their cleaning list. And then just a to-do list of things in the shopping list area. So many fun examples, and just a few more for you. I'm going to put a song on, and I am going to be right back. Let's just do like 2 minutes of this before we wrap up, and I'll scroll back and forth between these slides. And I will be back here in, like I said, 2 minutes, and then we'll do the wrap up with the links. All right, welcome back again. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Thanks for starting your week off with us. So many great ideas, so many fun examples shared in the chat. Most of all, thanks for being such a wonderful and supportive and loving community to one another, to Karen and I. Here's a snapshot of some of my music, my playlist. And then Karen is throwing in the chat there the link for the two YouTube event recordings. This was recorded. However, the chat was not included, so you will just see the examples that I shared. You'll hear me explain them, and they'll be up on this private YouTube page that you can only find through this link because it is a private page. And a couple days it'll be available, so you can rewatch it, or you can join Karen and I again next Monday morning. We also have the refer a friend QR code and link in the chat, and then the survey. So we'd love to hear your feedback and hear what you'd like us to do more of or do less of. And again, love having you with us and can't wait to see you again. And it's just been a pleasure. And so we look forward to seeing you at another Social Sonder coming up soon. So have a wonderful week. Enjoy your week. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and find something to delight in. And it's been so much fun. Take care, everyone.
Can't believe we've come this far, and it feels just like getting started. Somehow we're still running like those kids back then. Scrape some knees and falling down, but somehow we keep getting back up. Long as there is wonder, gonna keep running, yeah, we'll keep running. In this moment, it's electric. Can you see it? Can you feel it? This dream inside is still alive today. Yeah, we're on our way.